When Tombstone first began production in the early 1990s, almost everyone involved thought it was doomed from the start. What was supposed to be a grand, gritty Western masterpiece was quickly collapsing under the weight of confusion, chaos, and exhaustion. The cast didn't know who to listen to, the crew had no clear direction, and the studio was losing faith fast. The original director, Kevin Jarre, had a strong vision, but couldn't keep the massive production under control. Scenes went unfinished, shooting schedules fell apart, and the budget began to spiral. The set felt like a ghost town of frustration. No one knew if Tombstone would ever rise from the ashes. It was the kind of Hollywood disaster people whisper about, the kind that destroys careers. But amid the storm, one man refused to let it die. Kurt Russell, already cast as Wyatt Earp, saw that something special was buried beneath all the confusion. He believed in the story, the brotherhood, the courage, the tragedy, and he wasn't about to let it fail. When the director was quietly dismissed, most actors assumed the project would be shut down. But Russell stepped forward, not as a star demanding attention, but as a leader determined to save a dream. Without fanfare or ego, he took charge of the sinking ship. Behind the scenes, Russell began organizing everything, rewriting schedules, calming tempers, and encouraging his fellow actors to trust the process. He kept spirits alive on set when everyone else was ready to give up. He worked side by side with the newly hired director, George P. Cosmatos, guiding him through Russell's own creative vision for how the movie should feel. Every gunfight, every emotional stare, every slow-motion showdown, Russell had a hand in shaping it. Many of the film's most iconic moments came from his instincts. The cast followed his lead. Val Kilmer, who played the unforgettable Doc Holliday, often said that Russell's quiet command gave the film its soul. Kilmer's performance, now considered one of the greatest in Western history, might never have reached that level without Russell's guidance and belief in the story. The rest of the cast, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Michael Biehn, began to find their rhythm again. The chaos started to fade, replaced by a sense of purpose. The movie that once seemed cursed now had direction, fire, and focus. Day after day, Russell kept pushing through impossible conditions, extreme heat, long hours, and endless studio interference. He never complained, never showed fatigue. Instead, he reminded everyone why they had joined the project in the first place, to make something timeless. His dedication inspired everyone around him. The crew began to rally, the energy returned, and what was once a disaster started to feel like destiny. When Tombstone was finally released, no one outside the production knew just how close it had come to failure. Audiences saw only the final product, a bold, emotional, beautifully crafted Western filled with unforgettable performances and legendary lines like, "I'm your Huckleberry." But those who worked on it knew the truth. It was Kurt Russell who saved the movie. Without his steady leadership, determination, and heart, Tombstone would have disappeared into Hollywood's long list of unfinished disasters. Instead, it became one of the most beloved and rewatched Westerns of all time, a tribute to courage, loyalty, and grit both on and off screen. And while Russell never took public credit for saving it, his quiet heroism behind the camera proved one thing. Sometimes the true legends aren't written in the script. They're the ones who refuse to let the story die.